Most chapters have 4 different types of Connect assignments. There's an interactive preview, LearnSmart Modules, chapter homework, and a chapter quiz. The only required assignments are the chapter homework assignments. The assignments are due by 11:59 p.m. on the scheduled due dates. The LearnSmart modules are due by 2 p.m. on the scheduled due dates. The homework assignments are patterned after end-of-chapter problems. We'll work some of them in class. For each homework assignment, only your best score will count. You may rework the assignments as many times as you want to sort of maximize your homework points or to master the material. But you should note that scores will be reduced by 10% for any additional attempts. So your first attempt, you can get full credit. Any additional attempts after that, the most you can earn is 90% credit. Any assignments submitted after the scheduled due date are reduced by 25% for each fraction of a day they're late. And that would be all of the problems in a particular homework set. Let's go ahead and take a look at a homework assignment. We'll take a look at Chapter 2 homework, the first homework set. The first screen you see lets you know when the scheduled due date is and that this is your first of an unlimited number of attempts. And also you're told that there'll be a 25% penalty for each fraction of a day it's late. The first question looks at basic cost concepts, identifying cost as either fixed or variable, or as product costs or period costs. Depreciation on the building for administrative staff, that would be a fixed cost, and it's a period cost rather than a product cost. And let's just pick some other answers here. A fixed, a variable. At any point in time, you can click on the Check My Work button, and you'll get a pop-up box, green arrows indicating correct answers, and the red X indicating an incorrect answer. Then you can continue on with the question. Once you're ready to submit the assignment, you'll click on the Submit Assignment button. I've been prompted that I haven't completed the full assignment, but I'm going to go ahead and submit the assignment anyways. After the assignment's graded, my score appears at the top, and I can click on the Show Correct Answers at any particular time to see the full answers, and for problems, I can see an explanation or how they worked the particular problem. If I'm not happy with how I did, I can always work the problem set again, but recall, any additional attempts, the most I can earn is 90% of the original points. By clicking on the little eye, I can see how many questions are in a set and how many points it's worth. Let's go ahead and take a look at the LearnSmart modules. LearnSmart is an adaptive learning tool that sort of keeps track of how you're doing on any particular learning objective and keeps throwing you back additional questions for things you're doing poorly on and fewer questions on the items or concepts you seem to have mastered. LearnSmart is purely optional. It provides extra credit. Your LearnSmart extra credit will be based on your highest level of mastery for each LearnSmart learning assignment completed by the scheduled due date, which is the day we start a topic in class. You can continue to use the modules for self-improvement and review and study, but additional points will not accrue towards extra credit. For every 20 LearnSmart Smart you earn, you can increase your final course grade by 1%. There's 100 potential points, so you can increase your final grade by 5%. Let's take a look at the first module, Managerial Accounting and Cost Concepts. To get started, you click on the green Learn button. The first question, a manufacturing cost that cannot be easily traced to a specific cost object, is an example of an indirect cost. After you answer the question, also you should evaluate how confident you are in the answer. You will earn the most points if you indicate that you know an answer and get it right. You'll earn fewer points if you say no idea, but still guess correctly. On the other hand, points will be deducted if you indicate that you know an answer and get it wrong, and there'll be the most points will be deducted then. And if you say no idea and indicate, and again, don't get it right, you'll have points deducted, but fewer points. There's a LearnSmart tip sheet available in D2L that you should take a look at for additional information regarding LearnSmart. The next assignment I'm going to take a look at are chapter interactive previews. These are actually pulled from a managerial accounting textbook and don't belong directly with this textbook. The interactive previews will give you sort of some guided videos and overviews of the topics in the chapter, and then have a chance for you to answer some concept check questions. You don't earn points for working the interactive previews, but they're a good learning tool. Let's go ahead and take a look at an interactive preview. First thing you can note, question 1 of 5. This means there are 5 different learning objectives in this interactive preview. To get going, click on the big yellow button. For this learning objective, there are 8 narrated type video slides, the last 2 of which are question slides. In this presentation, we'll discuss and give examples of the 3 basic manufacturing cost categories. For each slide, you can play it again or advance to the following slide by clicking on the Next button. The second slide towards the end of the presentation. The third slide. Then finally, the 7th slide of this series gives you a chance to answer some knowledge check questions. Janitors, supervisor, material handlers, and security night guards, they're an example of indirect labor. Property taxes associated with the company's administrative, those are non-manufacturing costs. And then, of course, you'll get feedback as to whether you answered the questions correctly or incorrectly. After you've completed the first learning objective, you can hit the last button for Exit. You'll be returned to the beginning screen, and you're going to want to select that you want to do question number 2 of 5. And you can see we've advanced to the second learning objective, which is distinguishing between product costs and period costs. Again, the interactive previews are optional. Not all of the chapters have interactive previews. Most of them are located or appear in the earlier chapters in the textbook, where it's basically a review of managerial accounting concepts. Each chapter also has a chapter quiz. In this case, the chapter quiz consists of 5 questions. It says it's worth 10 points, but this was held over from a prior semester where I actually counted these towards a grade. Here they're optional and ungraded. You can work them as many times as you want. It'll give you an assessment and feedback on how you're doing on the chapter material. The quizzes are a mix of multiple choice questions, conceptual ones, and then also problems. It would be a good source of review for the exams. So again, homework assignments due by 11:59 p.m. on the scheduled due date. The homework is required and accounts for 20% of your grade. The LearnSmart modules are optional. To earn extra credit point, you need to complete them by 2 p.m. on the scheduled due dates. And the scheduled due dates of the day we start a topic in class. The interactive previews, optional, provide an excellent review and overview of most of the concepts in the chapter. The chapter quizzes are optional. They provide you a good assessment of how you're doing.